back in the pool, but I think that's what he came out of, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't go for a swim in that goddamn thing.
Alright, Erdis, go for it. Oh, wait, actually, it's an auto hit because he's
It's an
on
auto
the ground.
crit.
Yeah, so you just have to crit your weapon. You don't have to use your smite needle for the day if you don't want to.
Oh, he wanted to.
Or you can, one or the other. There you go, and dead it is. So nice job, guys. Just so you guys kind of know what this mob does, it's kind of interesting. So every spell that you guys cast at it, if it failed the CL check, it actually healed him. So he got healing for all those spells that missed. And then when he had kind of toughened up, it was sort of a rage. He actually got a fast healing 10 where he got 10 extra points, and his DR went up to 15. So that's why some of your stuff hit and some didn't. And it only lasted a round. And then the other thing is the spiritual weapon, obviously. And so yeah, kind of a interesting mob to say the least. So it was neat.
Yeah, 4
Pretty
attacks
cool.
around, 5 with the thing. And
Yeah.
a couple rounds of super buff.
Yeah, it was a pretty cool mob. And if you guys would have left without fighting it, it would have chased you down in a day or two and fought you wherever you were at. So, yeah, pretty cool.
Nice.
Pretty cool mob.
Yeah, we would have been shitting our pants. It would have been easy to find us.
Yeah. Just follow the poop trails.
I'm gonna heal Erdis again.
All right, sounds good. And in 5 rounds, you guys did 125 hit points of damage.
Those 2 crits really helped out.
Oh yeah, it was
Yeah, they did.
perfect.
I low rolled on mine, but it was a crit. I'll take it.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
×3, you know.
Yep. So nice. So so obviously this large creature is sort of laying here on the ground. The room is completely destroyed. All the pillars are destroyed. The pool is still intact. However, the stairs going up are still intact. There was a basket, if you guys remember, 3-4 weeks ago now, that was at the top of that's laying on the ground and it's kind of all over the place. And that's kind of where we're at.
Body?
What's that? You're searching the body? So if there's nothing on the body that you can see, it's pretty much just this mob. He doesn't have clothes on or anything.
Aspect of the naked god.
We haven't been the north direction yet, have we?
We have. That was the caves with the choker. You guys have been to all 3 directions.
Okay.
We have a rope or some means to get the hell out of here?
There's a long chain. You could potentially climb the chain, or you could fix the elevator.
Alright, well, let me do a knowledge engineering here and see if I can assess how long it would take now to do.
Yeah, so you figure it'll take about 8 to 10 hours to fix.
Alright, I guess we'll settle down and rest up and restore whatever, barring it just takes some regular work, right?
Yeah, you don't need any extra
And I just
parts or anything like that, and yep, just take some regular work.
They could probably do it with an overnight's rest slash
Yeah.
take, on our shift, so to speak, or
Yep.
something like that.
Yep, sounds good.
Alright, well, let's do that.
Alrighty,
You guys
so
are cool with that.
sure. All right, so you guys work for 8 to 12 hours, depending on rests and whatnot, to get it back together. You guys get a long rest in, so all your spells have been reset. And the elevator is finally working, and well, at least it appears to be working, so that's kind of where we're at.
Now we have to kind of sneak out of here.
That's right, you guys remember, right? So who's going to go up on the elevator? Who's going to take the wild ride again? Everybody?
Yeah, if we get the elevator in a working shape or whatnot, then
All right, so we'll get all you guys on the elevator pad there.
party wiper it's not.
You guys remember there was a lever that you would pull to operate it? I don't know if you guys remember that. So you pull the lever and the elevator doesn't move.
Put push the elevator or push the lever.
Yeah,
Alright.
like cranking it work like a crank action. to,
It
like,
does, but as you're cranking, the chain just keeps slipping.
Okay.
Well, I'll step off and see if it rides up.
There you go. Now it goes up. So now it goes up. So so we'll have 3 of you going up on the elevator then. Sorry. Here it is. You're gonna be stuck in the dungeon alone.
Yeah, no worries. Just throw me a torch.
Alright.
All right. So you guys kind of work your way up. If you remember correctly, it was about 120 feet up. So you guys finally get up to the top. And gonna share the sheet there again for you. So just because it's been so long.
Yeah, that's right. The ride from scary death hell.
There it is, you're still down below. And then all you have to do is you guys kind of push the lever back the way you kind of pulled it towards you, and it starts to slowly descend down into the abyss. And then obviously Eridus hops on and slowly actually comes up a little bit faster, 3 times as fast, and you guys are all up there. Now, yeah, if you remember, this was kind of a room off from the mining tunnel itself. I think you guys had put some smoke. Is that what that was, I think, if I remember correctly? Yep. And so you guys had some smoke that was there. Obviously, that's cleared. The torches here, though, you notice that are out. So there's no torches in here, even though it's lit on your map. So you're using your lights as torches. And you still hear sort of mine noises down that tunnel there, but you do see that it's barricaded shut.
All right. Well, we'll meander on over there and take a minute and listen, because last time the traffic was pretty regular, like, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty regular.
So,
Yep. So give me a perceptions when you guys have chances. Alright, so you guys kind of sit there and you do hear some traffic moving back and forth, but it sounds not quite as busy as it did before, to be honest with you. And every once in a while you hear something like, sounds like a wheelbarrow or something moving by, and you hear just general chit-chat of miners talking about, you know, how it seems like they keep having to go deeper and deeper to get the ore, and, you know, how they're talking about going over to the Feral Dog or over to the Emporium tonight, and that kind of chatter.
we still have the mining type stuff that we went in here looking like, right?
You do, yep, you sure do.
All right. Well, I guess during a gap, we'll see if we can work the boards and whatever, so that we can get out of this
Sure, sounds
deal
good.
between passers-by.
Yep. So, you know, the boards are obviously hammered from the other side, so it'd be difficult to pull the boards through, but you guys are able to get some boards loosened. You don't see any guys on the other side there. There's no guards standing there or whatnot. And at this point, it's pretty quiet.
All right. I'll meander my way through there then.
Alrighty, and then you remember the exit is just to the south there. You don't see any guards standing outside the mine entrance. You do hear some noises kind of to the northeast of voices that sound like they're getting closer and closer.
They sound humanish.
They do, yep, they sound humanish. They're kind of talking about the Emporium and just kind of random, mundane type of stuff.
All right. Well, I'll wave Tanner on through and we'll head to the exit.
Alright, sounds good. So you guys kind of go through there, and that other map should be opening. Sorry, it takes a while. These maps are a little bit more bytes than the other ones. You guys probably remember this map as well. There was the building there, and then there was right in front of you, and then there was another building kind of down to the south
the sign
there.
up office deal. And
Yep.
then,
Yep, and then the exit outside the gate. There are 2 guards that are sitting up in the chairs. It is daylight, however, today, and you notice that you guys remember the last time you came in, they were dwarves, and now they're humans that are now guarding the exit.
dwarves with dark vision at night or low light or whatever. First vice. Ho ho ho!
Yep.
All right. Do we want to mess with anybody here or just move on?
Up to you guys. I'm up for anything.
Disguise it or something.
You guys are in mining disguises. Yep.
Yeah, it's Joe Schmuckatelli miners.
I think we play like we just got done our shift and go maybe talk to the wizard or something.
Talk to the guy that was at the desk or whatever?
No, in
Wizard
town.
in town.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Allustan.
Alright, yeah. If we can get out of here and they don't stop us, that's what we're gonna do is just tell them
Okay.
we're done with our shifting.
Alrighty. Okay, so you guys kind of meander through and walking through, and the first guard you guys pass there, he doesn't really pay any attention to you at all, and then you guys get sort of to where the second guard is. And he kind of yells over to you guys, he's like, "Hey guys, you guys leave early, you're going to lose out on your check, it's payday." You know, Ragnarlin won't pay you if you guys don't show up for your check, you'll have to get it next week.
We heard they're short funds. That's what we heard. That's what the rumor going around is. When I hear they're paying and it's accurate, and we'll come back for our pay.
He kind of laughs. He's like, "You should be a guard. We get paid every time. You guys, man, it's too bad." Like, all right, see you guys later. So as you guys move through, the two guards at the top, they don't really seem to even notice you guys. They're kind of looking out, and one guy's throwing some you know, makeshift dice on the table there, and they really seem pretty bored.
All right, we'll just meander right out.
All right, sounds good. So you guys kind of get out of the area there, and you know, sort of kind of get, you know, a few hundred yards away and kind of around the corner, and nobody seems to pay any mind of anything. All right, what'd you guys like to do?
With it being payday, I wonder if we should have took Schmank's money.
Let's go find Schmank and take his money.
Probably in,
Boys, for working and clearing out that dungeon of yours.
probably in a strong box in there.
Could have, but then we're criminals. We're the good guys.
Yeah. He's a bad guy though. If you take money from bad guys, it's good.
Yeah, but the workers are good.
Oh yeah, touche.
All right, so that's where the mine is, if you guys remember correctly on that map. You guys have your house, the old observatory, that's up to the northeast or west there.
Or sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, your suite, yep. Right there.
Flying arrows, duck.
That is Allustan's house right there, and then obviously in the center of town is kind of where all the other stuffs are, the jewelers and the merchants and everything else. So.
Wiggest biggest.
I don't know, what do you guys figure we do? Talk to the wizard. There's some stuff that we found, isn't there?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. What is it? Good ideas I can come up with.
Alrighty, sounds good. So you guys kind of go over and over to the wizard's house, and as always, it's pretty peaceful there. And you know, he's kind of sitting outside. He's got some, you know, some birds that are sort of flitting around, and he's drinking some tea, and he's kind of examining some artifacts that you guys had actually brought back from the Whispering Cairn. And he's kind of sitting there, and he looks up at you guys and then looks immediately back down like he doesn't have a clue who you guys are.
Alzheimer's.
Detect Alzheimer's.
Kind of interrupt him and ask him what he's doing.
So he kind of looks over to you guys, and he's like, "I'm studying some artifacts that some friends had brought." He's like, "But what can I help you miners with?"
Oh, we're still in our
Okay.
disguises.
We should probably take those off.
So you guys kind of start peeling some stuff off, and he sort of starts laughing, and he's like, oh boy, you guys, you're pretty good at disguising. I had no idea that you had all that armor and weapons and everything underneath. He sort of snickers, and he's like, I was just teasing you guys. What's going on? And he's like, and why are you guys in mining outfits, by the way?
Well, you know, when you go mining.
He's like, if you guys are hard up for money, I know some sellswords that are looking for some people to help guard some caravans. There's no need to go down the mines. I promise you can make better money other places.
Fair enough. We found a couple other things that we could use your opinion on.
Oh, absolutely. Were you guys back to the Whispering Cairn?
Was that the name of the place?
No, the Whispering Cairn was the dungeon or the area of the tomb that you guys were in before.
It was Schmeck's mine.
Ragnalin's mine, but yeah.
Oh, Raglan's. Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
that's all right. No, all right. Remember, Schmenk is moving things through the mine for them because he's being paid to help transport stuff, and he has his own mine, and Ragnalin is his competitor. He's like, what were you guys doing down there in that mine?
Making sure all was as it was supposed to be, and it wasn't.
He kind of sort of nods slowly. He said, I had my suspicions. He says, I knew that something was amiss with those mine bosses. They normally are very competitive, and recently they don't seem to be that way. And you know, I talked with my brother, and he said that he's very concerned that you know, things are afoot to take him out of power. As you guys remember, his brother is the mayor of the town, actually.
Go talk to him.
To the mayor?
Is that who you were saying was the mayor?
Yeah, the mayor.
You can, sure.
Killed a demon.
So you guys you guys have anything else you want to chat with Allustan about here real quick, or you guys just gonna say, all right, we'll be back?
Can we show him those 2 notes?
Oh yeah, sure, absolutely. So you guys show them. It was I think one of them was a big book, but you guys pull out kind of the excerpts, and you guys show him the excuse me. Sorry, the note, and he kind of reads it and kind of looks at this, and he says, "Boy, this is really disturbing." He said, he says, "So are you telling me that 2 of the 3 mine owners in town here are in cahoots to bring about this terrible, terrible evil?"
No, we're just showing you what we've gathered.
He says, you guys definitely have to tell my brother about this, and he says, you know, we got to get the sheriff involved. He said, because they're going to destroy Daggerford. I mean, it's bad enough as it is, but if these 2 are this evil, he's like, we cannot have this in this town. And he looks, you know, visibly upset, like, you know, this is now his home. He's retired here, and you know, it was a nice place, and these guys came into town. It's gotten worse, and so he's pretty upset. He says, you know, though, if they know that you were down there, and you guys obviously have been busy since you got these notes from down there, you know, they're going to be coming after you guys. He kind of ponders for a minute. He says, well, I think we probably need to do something. He says, I really wanted to go back to the Whispering Cairn. You guys had brought this stuff to me, and I really wanted to kind of go in and look at the tomb and see what it looked like, because it really interests me. But I think we're not going to have time for that. I think we need to do something about this. And it's almost like he's now, you know, wants to be part of your party and kind of help you guys out, sort of type of thing.
Sweet.
How long do you guys need to resupply and to look around town, get your stuff?
Got that resting. I'm
Pretty
I
good.
gotta stop.
Go ahead.
I gotta stop by the merchant and see if my Warhammer came in.
Okay. So he says, okay, all right. He says, well, let me just tell you guys a few things. You know, you guys have brought me those artifacts, and you know, I kind of examined them a lot, and you know, it was really kind of interesting because these are, you know, we're kind of these old war dukes from many eons ago, and you know, they kind of served for law, sort of to kind of keep things under control, and you know, they battle a lot of evil entities. And at that time, it was called the Queen of Chaos. And when they defeated her, they had an artifact that shattered, and it was a rod. And it's now known as the Rod of Seven Parts. Not many people know about the rod itself, but a lot of people know about the battle. He says, I think that you guys had described a stick, I think, that was inside. Had like 7 carvings in it or something like that. You remember that at all?
Yeah, it was in a statue, wasn't it? It was part of a statue.
Yeah, and I don't think that was the rod, but I think that there's probably some clues there about it that may answer some questions about that, and that's kind of what I wanted to go to see, but I have an appointment to keep with somebody, though, and I need you guys to go with me to help me out with that if you can, because it's out in the Lizard's Marsh, which is west of here, and it's a pretty dangerous road. And you know, I am a, you know, obviously a retired adventurer myself, but I don't have the skills that I used to have, and I'm kind of worried about traveling that road. I was wondering if you guys would be willing to kind of maybe help me out.
Sure.
All right. He kind of reaches in his pocket and pulls out this piece of parchment, and you know, obviously you can tell that it was a small piece of parchment because it appeared like it was attached to maybe a raven or some sort of a signaling bird. And he kind of unrolls it, and you guys can read the words. It's written in common, and it says, "Dear Allustan, as you know, it's been a long time since we've seen each other. However, I'm stationed out at the Baron Cream's hold, which is you guys know it's a stronghold on the northern edge of the Lizard Marsh to kind of keep the lizard population in control, the lizard folk." And she says, unfortunately, this was supposed to be an easy assignment, but we've run into some issues, and we've had reports of has had signs of these strange green worms that have been invading some of the corpses that are out there. We'd really like you to come out and see if you can help investigate, as you had told us that you have seen some of these as well in your region as well.
Sounds like our worms.
Yeah, coincidence, maybe not.
All right. Okay, so he says, what time do you guys want to meet up so we can go?
How about at dawn?
Yeah, first light.
First light? He says,
Yeah, just after breakfast or whatever.
okay.
Eat for breakfast, eat breakfast, and head on.
Yeah, I need an omelet. All that venturing.
Definitely head down to the down to one of the restaurants around the circle. Then he kind of smiles. He says, "Okay." He says, "It'll just be me. Do you guys have horses or any sort of traveling animals?"
Break it.
He says,
Not so much.
He says, "I'll make sure that you guys have mounts that'll be down at the stables in the morning. I've already talked to him about having 4 additional mounts plus mine, and we'll head out right after breakfast."
All right, beats the hell out of some LPCs.
Finally use my ride skill.
There you go. Alrighty. So he says, "Is there anything else that you guys want to talk about?" And
How how far is this travel, and
So
what are we meeting?
yeah, so it's about an 18 to 20 mile down the road, and we're going to meet an old adventuring partner that I used to adventure with in Waterdeep, who is a wizard and kind of retired out there. I haven't seen her in a long time, and where the keep is usually garrisoned with humans. We send some of our garrison here from Daggerford out there every once in a while to train and kind of swap out troops and whatnot. And they kind of just guard the northern edge of the marsh to prevent lizard folk from attacking the surrounding farms and whatnot. It's been pretty peaceful lately, so I was kind of surprised when I got the letter saying that there was issues. And it's a small keep, usually about 30 men or so that are inside it.
Okay.
So I assume we'll probably get out there and kind of see what's going on, and see if we can maybe investigate some of these worms, and then hopefully that'll maybe help answer some questions on to where they're coming from and why they're here. And now that you've given me this letter talking about, Age of Worms and all this stuff from this guy named Theldrick and Faceless One, it makes me even more concerned that there's a lot more sinister evil going on that we're not able to see.
All right. Is there any chance we can swing by the magic shop or whatnot, or get some of this stuff identified and
Absolutely.
and sold off, cleared out, whatever?
He says, actually, if you want, the magic shop is open, but I'm more than happy. I have my full allotment of spells. I can do some detect magic on these and see if we can figure out what's here.
If he would be so inclined, we'd be more than happy to give him first offers on purchasing items. If
Sure.
there's anything amongst it that he likes.
Yeah. He kind of smiles and says, "I'm more than happy to." He says, we're gonna be hanging out together, so I'm happy to help out however I can. All right.
We'll consider it. Payment for escorting you up there.
That's
back.
Very fair, very fair. So he kind of goes through you guys' inventory. I assume anything that's starred, you guys want to know probably what it is.
Yeah, just everything we required he can detect on top of anything that we might have done, and make sure there was nothing we missed.
So he kind of goes through and says, this banded mail that you guys grabbed, that's it's got a +1, so it's got a little bit extra effect to it.
Right.
And you guys kind of pull out the things that you think is magical, and he kind of looks at everything else and checks all your other stuff that you guys found, and he says, yeah, you guys did a great job detecting. Everything looks good here. So he detects some of those flasks that are there. He says, yeah, you got a lot of cure light wound potions that are here. He kind of tastes
What about the flask with the floating bone?
I'm surprised. I was waiting for somebody to ask about that. So he said, he's like, well, he says, this is not something you are going to probably want to take. It's a protection from Tyre, the god. So that's obviously one of the good gods. And
Yeah, that's my god.
That's what I thought, right? Yeah. So you probably destroy that, right?
Yeah.
And then the rest is all else has been identified.
Oh man, my sacrificial dagger that was eyeballing isn't worth it.
No, unfortunately not.
All right.
So, and then there are definitely shops. There's no doubt about it. He recommends that you guys probably head down to the general store. He seems to have most of the stuff, and that's kind of where you knew you got your bastard sword, Eridus, earlier, where you had ordered. And then he also says that...
Question, what about the jeweled bracelet?
let me take a look here real quick just to make sure.
It says it's not identified. Yeah.
Oh, yep, sorry. Yeah, some of them may not identify. It's just a regular jewel bracer. So I put them so they're all not identifiable, so you can't really kind of look through and say, oh, this one's that or this one's this.
When they go to the general store.
Okay. So you guys kind of head over there first. He gives you some other, highlights, kind of recommends, places to go and whatnot. So you guys kind of leave the store there, and it's, still evening-ish. It's not dark yet. Is there anything else or anywhere else you guys would like to do or go to?
we were gonna talk to the mayor, I thought.
Yeah, you guys want to do that?
Yeah, it's
Let's do it.
Alrighty. So you guys kind of go over to a large hill that's kind of looking over top the Daggerford there. You can actually see it on your map. Let me just get the arrow pointed there. That house right there. And so that's kind of the governor's house. So you guys, it's, kind of protected by a stockade wall, and there's, scaffolding and, kind of, sort of kind of like guard towers almost, as if. But when you guys get there, there's some guards that are kind of at the front of the door, and these obviously are the garrison guards from the garrison that you guys had gone over. If you remember, you broke into to get the map for the cairn way back when. And they say they kind of say halt, and say, "What's your business?"
Oh, we're here to speak with the mayor.
Dire
matters at hand.
Allustan sent us.
All right, they kind of look at you guys and they say, "Well, it's typically 11 days before you guys can have an audience with the mayor. It's appointment only."
I believe time is of the essence.
So the guys kind of look back and forth and said, "Well, I think we'll be the determinative factor of if this is the essence. What's your business?"
Well, if we wait that long, Daggerford will be leveled.
They both kind of look back and forth at each other, and they're like, "Who's gonna level the town?" One guy kind of snickers. Can I have a diplomacy check?
Come on, this is Tanner. He's not diplomatic. He's intimidating.
Should, yeah.
So, Tanner, you make your comment, and then everybody else sort of notices that it's not going well and sort of chimes in. So, Cormer and Eridus and Bose, you gonna give an assist at all, or?
Nope.
All right. So, Cormer and Eridus, you guys have anything you want to chime in, seeing that it's not going well?
Show him the.
Sorry, you'll have to say it again, Cormer. We lost you halfway through.
Show him F off that guy.
Sorry, show him what guy again? You keep cutting out. Sorry.
The letters we have that are
Oh,
describing
yeah.
the cult.
Gotcha. So, so you're kind of like showing the letters, kind of giving them to him, and then Eridus, do you have anything to add at all?
No, that's what I was gonna say too.
All right, great. So, so he kind of shows it to you, and he kind of looks at it, and he looks up to you, and he says, "Just so that you know, this is very irregular. We don't typically allow this to happen." And the other, he kind of nods to the other guy, shakes his head, sort of indicating to go inside, and the other guard quickly runs inside into the house, and the one guard says, "We will let the governor know that you're here, and we'll let him make the decision on whether or not you guys can get in or not." So he kind of stands there, kind of chest puffed out type of thing.
You got any wine while we wait?
Don't drink on the job, sir.
Maybe an ale?
Don't drink on the job, sir. Eridus, what were you going to say?
I'm just gonna pace back and forth.
Alrighty. So about 5, 10, 15 minutes go by or so, and the other guard comes running back, and he says, "Can I see those papers and take them inside, please?"
Nope.
Nope.
He's sort of taken aback. It's not many people tell the guards no, it appears. He says, "What?"
I'll take an ale though. When you go back
You
in
can-
there
you
and come
can-
back out.
We usually don't let diplomats see us on short notice either, and we're certainly not going to give up the reason that he needs to see us, not that we necessarily need to see him.
So they look very perplexed. Obviously they're guards, but not the sharpest tools in the shed. And so, the other guard, he kind of looks at him and sort of shrugs, the one guard, and the other guard's like, hang on. So the guard that was kind of puffing out his chest, it seems to be the guy in charge. He kind of walks to the back, and the other guard comes up and tries to act as macho, but just not quite as there. So about 5-10 minutes go by, and he comes back, and he says, well, Governor Neff will see you. However, he does not have a lot of time today, so he said, please keep it brief. And kind of helps walk you into the building there. So
we're getting an escort.
Yeah, as you guys walk in, you see that the building is massive, and when you walk through, there's meeting rooms that are on each side. There's even what appears to be like a courthouse. To be honest with you, there's a bench and whatnot.
A bar.
No bar, and they don't take you into the house itself. This seems to be kind of like the administrative business side of the building. There's a room with a kind of a table and has a window overlooking Ragnar's mine. You can kind of see it just on the edge of that hill. You can just barely see over it, and they say, "Have a seat. He'll be in a few minutes." So, about 5-10 minutes go by, and you see this guy kind of come in, and he's sort of a bald-headed dude, and looks pretty pompous, to be honest with you. And, whoops, hang on. You kind of see his picture there on the map. Did it pop up or no?
Yeah.
All right, good.
It's really small, but.
Oh, is it? Oh, I'm sorry. I'll see if I can
like
make it bigger.
inch by an inch.
Oh, handsome, rugged fella.
The one time I needed to get bigger, I can't do it. So if you can just zoom in on your map, scroll bar, and you'll see it better. There you go. Thank you.
Yeah, that's good.
I appreciate that. So he kind of walks in. He says, my time is valuable. What could you possibly want? Kind of looks around, kind of back and forth.
We have reason to believe that the North Mine is being excavated to dig up artifacts to unleash some kind of evil.
He looks over to you, and he's like, do you have any proof?
I'll hand him the letter.
Okay. And what was that, Eris, too? I'm sorry.
Yeah, show him the letters.
Alrighty. So you guys hand him the letters, and you hand him the big journal there, and he is like, sits down. He's like, I don't have time for this, and he's kind of paging through, and sort of slow and turn. All of a sudden, he's not quite turning the pages as fast as he was before, and he kind of goes back, and his demeanor really kind of quite changes, and he sort of looks up from the table, and he's like, who else knows about these papers and books?
Why?
Well, I think it's important to know who's seen these and who knows how truly terrible things are here in this town.
We've only stopped at a few places before coming to see you. It was your brother that sent us to see you, finally.
His
And
eyes,
then your two guards are the only other ones that have seen it.
his eyes kind of open up, and he's like, my brother? He's seen these papers too?
Yes.
And so he kind of says, well, he says, these are very serious charges, and how do I know that these papers weren't fabricated?
Well, you can send your guards to the mine to find out for yourself if you want.
He's like, I'm gonna have to confirm this stuff here. These are very serious charges. Both these men have essentially built up this town to what it is today. He looks kind of bothered by it all.
I heard they may have destroyed this town with what the things and crappy details that they've done in this place, and that people have allowed them to do.
They have reached down into the earth and mined out tons of ore for Waterdeep to protect the area, He obviously looks like he's getting more and more impatient. He's like, I'll take this under consideration. If there's any wrongdoings, I'll let Cubbin know, the sheriff, and he'll get these guys arrested.
Good. Give us back our papers.
He says,
we have some legal people to see to the north. To,
he's
make
like,
sure that what's right is right being dealt here.
He kind of looks over you. Legal people? Who are the legal people?
You'll find when they come after them. Papers, please.
He kind of looks around, and he sort of throws a book across the table, and he's like, fine. He's like, I'm going to have the sheriff bring the guys in and tell them what they've been accused of, because if this is true, I can't have such evil down in the depths of my underneath Daggerford. He's like, how did you guys even get down there?
We're adventurers. That's what we do.
We heard some rumors that there was some wrongdoings going on in the mine.
I'm still 16 though.
He's like,
so it depends what
it's like, all right, well,
we'll
we'll talk with Raglan and see what he has to say, and we'll definitely get down to the bottom of this. And if you really truly met with my brother, everybody knows he's my brother. Have him send me a letter or tell me that you guys are working with him, because everybody says that they know my brother. He's like, is there any other business?
Can you truly trust Raglan? Everybody in this town's on the, on the take.
I don't trust anybody in this town, to be honest with you. I don't trust anybody, period. That's how I got to the position that I'm at. He's like, but if it's true, I think that we need to, obviously put these guys in their place, and they need to be taken out of power. I think that, I don't want this sort of nefarious stuff going on. I mean, this potentially could kill all the people that live here, and I'm supposed to watch for them.
So if you, can you give us a few days before you tell the sheriff? Because if you tell the sheriff and he's on the take for the other guys, I mean, how many guys do you have? The mines have way more dudes than you do.
I've got
I heard the sheriff was kind of shady too.
Oh no!
It's like, I got a full garrison. You don't have to worry about not having guys to take on. He's like, I control this town. I'm the one who runs this town. You can see he's sort of getting agitated. He's like, I'll take care of it. You guys don't worry about it. You guys go ahead and go. Take your papers, and I'll get this all figured out.
Erithus.
What's up?
Beam them.
Are you seeing what I'm typing in chat?
Yeah, I detect evil on him.
Alrighty.
I'd like to do a sense motive on him too.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna help them.
Alrighty. Alrighty.
Adventure then.
So, you guys notice that he appears to be honest in the answers that he's giving you. He doesn't appear to be trying to lie to you or give you any other interest, any sort of words. He seems to really believe that he kind of controls this town.
What is he? Ill will or
What was that again? I'm sorry. Was he ill-willed towards you? Is that what you meant?
well, was he trying to deceive us?
No, I don't think so. I think that he truly thinks that you guys are fabricating the stories and that it's not true.
Do I see anything in the room? Paperwork or something that looks like important?
Yeah. So what you see is that you see this is kind of like a sort of a meeting chamber, essentially, where he brings people in and they meet with him. So there's just a table, some chairs. There's a chair kind of in the corner, almost as if somebody would be sitting there to take notes or even to just kind of listen in on the conversations. But you don't see anything that looks like any sort of papers or anything like that.
I tell everybody that I don't think that he's telling the truth, and I kind of intimidate him a little bit.
All right, give me an intimidation roll.
I'll help.
Sounds good. Alrighty. How do you want to intimidate him? What do you want to do?
I just tell him I sense that he's not telling exactly the whole truth, and that he seems to be like he's hiding something.
Oh yeah, what do you
I
hide?
sense evil
Or
intentions.
pound it out of you.
So, he's like, I'm not hiding anything. He's like, you can see he's kind of flustered. He's like, listen, what do you guys want me to do? Do you want me to send the guards down into the mine? Do you want me to, what, you want me to go send them and arrest them? I'm trying to tell you guys, I'm trying to help out. I'm trying to figure this out, but I've never met you guys before. I know these other guys have been in town, helping town with, setting it up and giving people's jobs and all these other things. And then you come in and tell me they're all evil. I mean, what do you expect from me?
Well, if you really control this town, then you're probably in on it too.
All of a sudden he's like, I take offense to that. I'm not on the take for anything. He's like, this is just going out of control. He's like, you have anything else? Because I'm done here. Kind of stands up from the desk.
We're done.
Yeah, let's just leave.
Okay,
Screw this guy.
bye-bye.
Alrighty. So he's like, kind of walks out, and you hear him saying to the guards, "Don't ever let anybody in here again. How many times do I have to tell you? He's got tell you guys, don't. I only take
Before we leave,
appointments." Yeah.
I say to him, we're going to give you one more chance to come clean. If not, and we find you on their side, you might find the end of our swords.